This is going to be part of like the random clips that get cut in where the dog is just messing up the video. Oh, you want to, do you want to be in the video? Nope. And that's my sock. Nope. No, that's RAM. It's not for you. Hey guys, what's up? This is a computer. Well, kind of. Before we get into that, let's talk about a different computer. This is a computer. This is an HP G4Z. This is an HP Z6G8. No, it's not. This is an HP Z6G4 workstation. And it has a really cool feature that I just kind of want to show off in this video. So recently I've been getting a lot into like enterprise and prosumer workstation stuff. And I've just found there's so much cool stuff I don't see a lot of coverage on, and I just wanted to cover one of those things in this video. So basically, this computer right now has one CPU in it. It has a single LGA 3647 socket with a 22-core Xeon Gold CPU. Just a normal workstation with a single CPU. It's got a decent cooler, and right now it has no RAM and no graphics card. We're going to add those in today's video. But let's say one CPU just isn't enough, but you don't want to buy a new workstation. Well, that's where this comes in. This is a second CPU and RAM on an add-in board that you could just throw into this computer. Under this shroud is literally just a CPU cooler with another 22-core Xeon Gold. It has to be the same CPU to work. So it's another 22-core Xeon Gold CPU and 6 more RAM slots for our 6-channel memory on this CPU. It also has its own RAM cooler and fan end cooler for the CPU. That's fucking sick, which means we can turn this system, this 22-core system, into a 44-core, 88-thread beast without changing out our core system. These were sold by HP as just add-in upgrades for already existing customers who already have the systems. Now, there is a version of this that's bigger and has 2 sockets on the actual motherboard. But let's say you started with this, your company grew, and you needed bigger workstations. Well, this was a good option. And if HP wasn't literally sucking the blood out of every single person when they sell this stuff to you, then it would actually be a pretty cool concept. But anyways, in today's video, we're just gonna kind of install this and upgrade this workstation and maybe run a test if I can get it working. But these HP workstations have so many different little connectors, and I bought these as bare bones. So there's a chance we'll get a bunch of error codes that won't actually show up on the TV we're testing on. So we'll see what happens. First thing we want to do is add some RAM to the system because one of the RAM slots we're going to use is going to be covered up by this add-in board. So the first thing we're going to do is add in our RAM. And these DIMMs are super cool. These are 32 gigabyte ECC registered DDR4 DIMMs. Each DIMM is 32 gigs, and I have 4 of them for this system. Now, with dual 6-channel CPUs, that kind of sounds crappy to only have 4 DIMMs. That's only dual channel per CPU, but I don't care. 128 gigs of RAM should be plenty for what I have planned for this system. It probably isn't.
This is a bad idea.
128 gigs, is that even enough? Okay, I was wrong. It's not enough. So now we have 6 DIMMs for the whole system. So that's 192 gigabytes of memory in our 44-core system. Now, this will be perfect for what we plan on using it for. Throw that over there. And the first thing we're going to do is install 3 of our DIMMs in the primary CPU's RAM slots. So it has a weird configuration you have to do where it's... These DIMMs were like hundreds of dollars at some point. So it's got like a weird RAM config thing you gotta do where you like, the top slot is the first. The second one is actually the bottom slot. I lied, it's the top 3. Nope, just, oh, wait, that makes this whole part pointless. Oh well. So technically speaking, the DIMM slots I'm gonna use aren't gonna be covered by the CPU thingamadoodad, but I'm still going to put them in anyway. Because it's going to be very hard when half my system is taken up by an entire another CPU socket. Actually, do I have DIMMs that are the same color PCB? I do. I can match this shit. Now we've got 96 gigs of DDR4 in the system. And now we're gonna take our add-in board card thing that HP would normally supply with RAM. You would buy these with RAM and CPU already installed as a unit. I'm just extra. And basically, we're gonna find the same DIMM slots, so the top ones. This part you definitely have to do without this in the system because it's gonna become very hard, as you'll see very soon. And we're going to install, I can't take the shroud off, so you're just gonna have to imagine I did it towards the camera. See, this side is much easier. I'm just gonna install that. 1, 2, and 3. And there we go. Now, technically speaking, I do have enough RAM to max out this system with a whopping 384 gigabytes of RAM, but that seems like a waste considering I have like 8 more of these to build. So I'm gonna hold off for a little bit so we can evenly spread across all of our workstations. So to install this, I've never actually done this sideways, so we're gonna find out. So there's these contact pins here, which do all the data for this entire thing. It handles all RAM data, all NUMA nodes, all that stuff, and the communication between 2 CPU sockets. And there's this giant fucking connector on the board right here. That's gonna line up with that. And then this power connector is gonna line up with this little power connector, which you might not be able to see, but that's fine, in the case, which I installed. It came with the kit. So we're just going to slot this in like so. There are little guides. And if I fuck up, well, this system is bricked. I'm just gonna really shove it in there. And then we're gonna close the handles.
Scary amount of force.
Yeah, that baby ain't going anywhere. Good job. And just like that, we have it in, and I should have done the graphics card first. That's fine. And for our graphics card,
Is there something in it?
there's definitely something loose in there. We've got a very simple Quadro P4000. We just need basic video out and very basic 3D acceleration, and the 1070 in a single slot card that this is, which is the P4000, is more than enough for what it is, and it's professional, so it goes in a system like this. That's very basic. 8 gigs of GDDR5 is, fine for what we're doing. So we're just gonna slot that in right like so. Right like so. We're gonna slot that in. We're gonna take it out, and we're just gonna slot that in like that. We're just gonna slot that in. We're just gonna shove that close, and it's gonna be installed. There we go. Graphics card installed. We take one of our 2 6-pin connectors in the system, which you can't see, but just know that I'm doing it. And just like that, we have a completed, probably non-functional, but completed system. So let's close the side panel because I believe it has intrusion detection and see if this thing boots. Speaking of boots, that's my dog, Boots.
I get it.
All right. As soon as I see you gotta start. Oh God, Boots, down. I got it working. Turns out I messed up. I have 2 of these systems, and one of them has 2 8-core CPUs, and the other has 2 22 cores. This one's the one with 2 8 cores, so you can see 16 gigs. They're only Xeon Silvers. But I also messed up the memory.
Yeah.
We have 160 gigs because 2 of the DIMMs are 16 gigabyte DIMMs, and the other ones were 32 gigs. So, thankfully, they're on slot 1, 2, and 3. So I can actually change them out without taking out the add-in card. But yeah, I meant to show off the system with the 44 cores, and I showed off the one with the 16 because I'm fucking stupid. Thanks for watching. If you want to see me game on one of these, leave a like, comment, and yeah, I've got like 6 more of these to build. And ow, who's your good boy? Bye. Say bye-bye, Bootsy.